Hello everybody, it's Story here. Welcome back to the Castle RotWK Patch 2.2 version 7. Today we have a 1v1 on the forts of Isen between the players. Oh god. Adam as Mordor. We have Bauer as Angmar. Nice. What is this guy's name? DJ aka Adam? Is that what it is? Or is it Djakadam? We're just going to call him Adam. That would make it easier for me. Anyway, I'm just going for an orc pit. And Bauer is getting 3 full eco. Wow, bold. Going 4 mil start against some Mordor player. Pretty ambitious. Hopefully it pays off for him, I guess. He's not going to have troops before Mordor starts sending orcs in. So that might be bad for him, but orcs aren't super strong, so it'll take him a little bit of time to harass. But this might set him up for a nice 2 haul if he wants to do. Perhaps. Perhaps. And then we got another orc pit going down and some orcs on the way here for Adam. Does anyone know who this is? This is being casted live on a stream, by the way, if you're watching this later, so I'll be talking to chat a little bit. And reading out chat a little bit. I'm seeing Bauer playing, we're going here to see how he does. Indeed. I'd have another, I don't think. Alright, we have a Roger Palace there. And there is a Troll Wolf Den going down for Bauer. So he's going for, obviously, Thralls. I mean, potentially Wolf Riders, I would imagine, is what he's building that for, or to get some Dire Wolves to deal with Easterlings. Both of which will be useful in this matchup, I feel like. Because they're both going to show up. You pretty much guarantee it. And then come the Orcs. The Orcs of Moria, of course, they have shields because I have the HD edition enabled. Which is not, of course, publicly available yet, as of now, or ever. Maybe someday. I mean, technically you could have these if you use the BFME2 HD edition, which I could do. If I didn't have the Rise of the Witch King one, I'd use the BFME2 one. I'd still have that. I just wouldn't have the Rise of the Witch King units, of course. But anyway, we have Orcs. We got Orc Archers queued up there, and it looks like we are going for a level 2 Thousand Palace, which will get him 100 Monsters, probably, if I had to guess. Alright, he did indeed go for Direwolves. Okay, cool. Direwolves, Exors, and good about Orcs. Honestly, his full eco start paid off because his opponent didn't really do much. As you see there, he's got all his mills. Didn't really lose much at all. By much at all, I mean anything. So this Adam dude is not going to have a nice start, I feel like. Okay. Okay, the Haradrim Lancer's out. Very nice. You should be able to trample these to the ground. And if he shoots the wolves, they won't get in the way. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Orcs going south, orcs going here. It's always good to harass your opponent on multiple fronts. It looks like Adam is doing just that, or attempting to. There we go, we got some Wolf Riders there for Bauer. Bauer's also creeped this Warglair there. And got himself a little bit extra coin. That's just the remnants of a Rudar Axor. You always see the freaking Thrallmaster running around by himself. They're so tanky in comparison to the battalion. I mean, they should be, but it's still funny. It can be annoying sometimes. We got Easterlingsis coming out. Yes, yes. More Orc Warriors for a guy with a weird name. And it looks like he's going to lay siege to Bauer's Mills in the south. But the Wolf Horde is upon him. I'm actually interested to know how good Direwolves are against Roger Lancers. I don't know. I'd imagine in a 1v1 fight they actually do okay, because Roger Lancers aren't very tanky. Especially if you give them the collars, I'd imagine. Looks like he has done so. could be good, but he looks like he's ran into a big old army from Mordor there. It looks like Djakadam has a self-war chance. And almost 400 command points. And it looks like Bauer's got himself a war chant of 440 command points of 600. So Angmar is doing better on the eco front, but they're pretty even. No, they're not. Kind of. There's both teams using their war chants. Ooh, Bauer getting a nice run through on the archer line there. Smashing those orc archers into the dirt. And the direwolves are cleaning up the Ishelings very quickly, as anticipated. Direwolves are so good against pikemen, it's kind of crazy, to be honest. They're good at what they do. Huh. And we got a troll. Troll cage with a mountain troll coming out. So it looks like Adam is going for a mountain troll, which, I mean, it could do something. Most players would upgrade to level 2 and then go straight for the old troll cage. But, the drummer troll, rather. That's what I meant to say. It is a troll cage. But not this man. And now he's on the full defensive against a fairly sizable Angmar force. But the troll is out. And that's enough to scare off any huge army, apparently. Not sure why Bauer's pulling back. The longer he waits, the longer he gives his opponent to build up a defense force. So I'm not sure why he would pull back like that. Then again, maybe he just doesn't want to engage there. He's decided to creep with his whole army instead. Which I don't know if I don't know about that. If he can get his direwolves onto the pikeman line, though, they won't last long, and then of course, wolf riders would be able to flank around nicely and get a nice trample off. There you go. Did some fairly good damage there. Orc archers do not do well against trample. What happened to that troll? He's already dead? No, he sent him around to the north. So he's going to harass this troll. And those 2 cavalry units. Interesting. Bauer might not react to this. At least not in time. There's the drummer troll, finally. Trolls are actually great for harassment as well. They're fairly fast. They do fairly good structural damage. And they live a good amount. There's Waldar. Of course, bearing my beautiful face upon his portrait. Wow, look at the mountain troll actually does a fair amount of damage to Waldar. Well, of course, Waldar returning a fair amount of damage to him. So it's not necessarily a good thing for them to one-on-one fight, because the troll will lose. Alright, the drummers leading the armies over here. Very good. Got more slings and orcs there. Bauer is continuing to creep this work lair. Getting a little bit of money and stuff. We got 394 at 475, 6 power points from Adam. Bauer's at 550 of 750. He's got 2 5 power points and 4 power points in the bank. And he's also throwing up towers here. This is increasingly looking bad for Mordor, I gotta admit. Definitely not a good start for Mordor. Mordor early game can be a bit tricky. Especially against Angmar, who has fairly good counters. His Gundabads are better than their orcs. They get pikes, you get the direwolves, which are beastly against them. It's quite a good composition Angmar has to throw together. They just have numbers. But Mordor, of course, once they get going, are a powerhouse, so if you can survive early game Mordor, anything is possible. Maybe. Alright. Nothing super interesting going on there. Here comes Morgamir, very nice. And we also have Waldar in there as well. He's level 3. And he, of course, is giving kills per hillman. Alrighty, we got a couple drummers. It is indeed looking very one-sided. But who knows? Maybe there will be a miraculous turnaround. Maybe not. Like I said, I don't watch replays before I cast them, so who knows? But I did get it from a source, which I semi-trust. So put it that way. We got a Hualdar there. Level 4. Not. Just kidding, he's still level 3. He's still the same Hualdar. But we do have industry there, going down for Djakadam. Angmar, if he can level up, of course the Dressage will be really good. It'll help negate a bit of this leadership the drummer trolls are giving to the armies of Mordor. Harsh. Oh my. Mordor is really letting Angmar just throw at the hero spam. And that is not good. I'm not sure what he can do at this point. And of course, anything standing around Karsh is going to have a bad day. So I guess that's the only time we'll tell, really. I mean, he's not losing much, though. That's going to be said. He's holding against Bauer pretty nicely. These orcs are actually not dying very quickly compared to how they would without this leadership buff. So having leadership makes a huge difference between melting quickly and melting non-quickly to Karsh's thing. Of course, he is level 1 as well. So that also has a big effect on it. He does not want to lose this. Djakadam loses this slaughterhouse. That would be a bit of a bummer for him, for sure. He's sitting on about 1,000 resources at the moment, but small army. And we got 1,700 for Angmar. And of course, a much bigger army. There we go. He's opted to go with a flying unit. So now we have a Fell Beast. Angmar is going to have a much trickier time defending against this because he, as you see, has no anti-air whatsoever. So Mordor is free to do some Demaggio here. He can also harass really nicely with the Fell Beast, so I think that was a great choice. Holding out until he can get a Fell Beast. Here comes Rogash. Time to take some green lands. Oh yeah. I think he's actually potentially going to kill Karsh with this Fell Beast. Well, he has to be a little bit careful. He did use his Screech already. I hate when I hate when he swoops down and misses. That's always like the worst feeling ever. But as you see, that has managed to get him off of his back, and now this DJ, aka Adam, or Djakadam, or Adam, whatever you want to call him, he's basically relieved the pressure. And now Bauer is playing a little more defensively. And now he's going to really have to think about how he's going to deal with this Fell Beast. I mean, the answer is obvious, but he doesn't have any rangers yet. It looks like he's getting some, though. So that'll definitely help. Obviously, the ice arrows are not going to help, since Fell Beast and Nazgul in general have a bit of a resistance to ice. Call him Red. I can do that. Red. Yes. He shall be known as Red, Lord of Moria, or some shit. And of course, there's for Red Mordor. And Purple Angmar has got himself lots of X-Thors to try and get this son of a bitch off his green lands. But he's definitely getting the bang for his buck for that thing, which is allowing Mordor to tech up into Mumikpen. Oh. Well, maybe that's a good way to deal with hero spam, huh? Throw out some elf olifants. Could be a thing. Could be a great thing if Bauer's not careful, of course, with his heroes and stands in front of a charging Mumik. I hope he does. Because nothing brings me more great pleasure than to see a Mumik trample all of these expensive heroes. We do have snow trolls coming up for Bauer. He's obviously got the archers now. Dark ranges, which are really good. Archers, which should help quite a bit. But I'd say it's the game's evened out a bit. Red Mordor's still not really able to kill Bauer by any means, just because he has a flying unit, and Bauer is not really able to kill him either. I'd say Bauer has still the stronger army of the two. If you, of course, minus the... well, maybe not. Although the amount of heroes. That's why I value Angmar's army first. Also, if Rogash levels up, he can actually start stealing drummer trolls. And that'll be huge. But he does have, of course, get level 2 for that. I'm not sure why he decided to attack the drummer troll. If he destroyed the troll cage with Rogash, then he could have stolen the drummer troll. I don't know. But Rogash against trolls is very, very nice. And now he got no experience. Feels troll man. There's still a lot of drummer trolls actually to take over, so I guess it's not a big deal. Witch King is... not Witch King. Felby's still flying around. He's still not dead. Red Mordor's still caking some lands there. Looks like he's also done some damage over here. I think Bauer's struggling to fend off some of the harassment a bit, while trying to focus on attacking here. There we go. Rogash is level 2. Yes. Can we just appreciate HD Rogash for a second? He's a beautiful boy. I love him so much. So much. Oh yeah. How's the Mumix coming? Any Mumix? Yeah! Right on time. There's also a siege works going up to level 3 here. And now Mordor's getting into scary territory. And I think Bauer is going to suffer a bit. If he can get Black Riders and Mumix out, Angmar is going to have a real bad day. There's a good and bad orc summon from Angmar. Mordor does indeed have some Hillman. Oh, he's going for the charge. Oh, Rogash is dead. Very nice. And then just like that, Rogash dies. And that's the power of the Mumik. But more accurately, the inaction of of Angmar not moving his heroes. I feel like anytime you see a Mumik, get your heroes away from the Mumik. Anyone who just stands in front of a Mumik deserves to get their ass trampled. And that's usually what happens. It's crazy the amount of players who don't know how to deal with Mimics. And they just go send all their heroes to fight it. Head on! Like a Rohirrim charge. Did you not see the movies? Rohirrim got fucked. That's not how you do it. Well, now Bauer really doesn't have much, does he? He's got a couple of heroes. And some archers and a few thralls. Definitely not going to be taking a base with that. Not when there's a Mumik and a Fellbeast and drummer trolls and everything. Now, of course, Red Mordor also doesn't have to worry about his drummer trolls being stolen by Rogash, which is huge. So he can keep benefiting from the leadership without having to worry about it being stolen. And of course he has Haradrim Archers out as well. Which of course Haradrim Archers plus drummer troll equal win in any game ever made. It's not true, but it feels good. It's a very powerful combo. You should pretty much always utilize it if you're Mordor, I'd say. If you can. There we go, we got a worm summon from Mordor. He's going for a level 3 Hall of the King's Men there with it. Undoubtedly having to tell it to focus it. I hate the worm in 2.2 so much. I don't know why it does like an attack and then just changes target. It is the most AIDS thing ever. But what can you do, huh? That's if you just clicked on a thing and he stayed on it. until it was dead. If only we could fix his AI. We do have Black Riders coming for Mordor, so that'll be pretty good for him. Angmar doesn't. He has some pikes there. So he's probably going to need more. Oh, there we go. That's better. Hill Trolls will help deal with that. At least negate that a little bit. Is their charge ready to go? I think that's off cooldown. Maybe. For Angmar and Doom. Oh dear. Oh yes. Jeez. Bauer didn't manage to avoid getting his heroes smashed, at least. Does Moomech also work on Rogash? You mean like charging him and smashing him? Yes. Because that's why he's dead. He literally used it on Rogash. Earlier. I don't know when you joined though, of course. That's how Rogash got the smash. And there we go, the Black Riders are out. And of course there's nothing to stop them from picking these archers apart. They will not be returning to the camp. Rogash is back. There he is. Him and his troll buddies ready to kick some ass. Or maybe not. We'll see. It's not looking good for Bauer. Mordor still doesn't have a very good army, really. I'd expect him to have more by now. But he's getting another Moomech. He does, of course, still have his Fell Beast, which he managed to save. And he does have Black Riders to harass Bauer with, which is doing really well. Because, of course, Black Riders put out a lot of damage. They're very fast, and they're very tanky. So it's going to be a real pain for Bauer to deal with. Especially if Red Mordor decides to attack. Yes, Red Mordor. He's so red. There's another Moomech. God, I love Moomechs. You don't get to see Moomechs very often in 1v1. Because usually somebody doesn't let their opponent get Moomechs. Fortunately for Angmar, that was not the case here. They're a big investment. But they're just big. So, I mean, they're good. I think they're great counter to hero spam. As long as they're not like a billion archers to bring him down, or a eagle or something, a fell beast. Moomechs do really well. Of course, Mordor having industry is also being really, really useful. Industry, you always got to go for industry. It's huge. It's a game changer, one might say. Red Mordor's got about 800 out of 800 command points. He's got 12 power points in the bank after getting Worm. And Bauer, the Angmar player, of course, 771 of 975 command points. He's got a fair bit. He's got 2 10 power points, 3 5 power points, and 1 in the bank there. He has 2 summons. That could be useful. I think Bauer's maybe being a bit too passive or defensive. I know it's hard not to, but it is happening. This is the chance for Drummer Troll. Drummer Troll theft. Please. Oh, Bauer, come on, man. No! Not only did he not steal the Drummer Troll. Oh, there we go. He's doing it. I mean, a bit late, but that was a beautiful movement charge, though. I would actually still say Bauer came ahead out in that engagement there, as long as he didn't lose a couple. Doesn't look like he lost any of his heroes. Rogash still there. Waldar's still there. Orderman Karsh might be dead, but he might have. I can hear him though. He's there somewhere. There he is. You can hear his wispy ass voice. Hopefully he's got another Moomech ready. Doesn't seem like it. Harassment continuing to be happening with the Mordor, Fell Beast, and the Black Riders. Meanwhile, Bauer is taking advantage. Drummers on hill trolls is so good. Oh, I know. Very good. If you can get a drummer troll and have hill trolls with armor, oh, they are the dream. Because they're so tanky. Being able to go into Porcupine for 100% armor and already just being a tanky thing. Oh my god, a Gorgoroth Spire's popping up. Is he gonna get a nice hit with it though? Or is it just nuclear deterrence? If only we knew. I don't think he's gonna fire it. I'm just waiting to see if he's like corralling him in to fire it upon him. Doesn't look like he's ready to fire it. Which is wise, because there's really not much here, if you think about it. He did manage to get a drummer troll though, so now having a drummer troll buffing his army is very, very good. So Hwaldar gives leadership to Rular's Spearman. So it stacks the buffs and spells. So I'm assuming this leaderships don't stack. I think no matter what they are. So of course his leadership won't buff with this, this. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Double leadership. Could you imagine? I'm sure you could, but yeah. I think some BFME patches they stack. Or at least they take over. Whichever one's highest. Who knows? Who cares? Going for the Fell Beast with the drummer troll. A wise choice. Easy way to get that back. So now he doesn't have to worry about having leadership. Look at it. Hey, cheeky little Thrallmaster back there. We got some catapults entering the fray from Mordor. Another Mimic Pen going down. This time a little bit further away from his base. Oh. Just in time to see that. I didn't realize he had 25 point power already. Well, there you go. That's decimated Bauer's forces, huh? And now, of course, Rogash has no way to fight back against this Fell Beast. Oh, Builder being slayed by barbed arrows as well. Brutal. Oh, Bauer's gonna lose his Rogash for sure. Youch. What level are these? So there's 3. Yeah. Level 3, so they will regenerate once they lose members, which is pretty good for them. Or fire raging over here. Just be careful not to walk through that. But overall, I'd say Red Mordor is taking control of this match. And also seeming to have a little fun while he does it. Which is fun Mordor stuff. Well, that's really what you want when you're playing. Just get to throw your fun shit at the enemy. Well, hopefully still win. Who's playing? This is who is playing. Also, DJ, aka Adam, or whatever his name is, aka Damn. Djakadam, whatever. He's Mordor. He's host as well. Bauer is Angmar. Well, that's who's playing. I don't know who the Red Mordor player is, but he's doing pretty well. And there we go. He's buffed his army of War Chant, now he's bombarding with fire arrows. The bombard particle effect's so fucking cool. I love it. That was one of my favorite additions to version 7. It's a subtle thing, it's just a graphical feature, but I like it so much that I always want to bombard with fire arrows just to see it. I mean, it's also good to use, but you can also just click, you know, target on the base and it'll shoot it. But what fun is that? There we go. Worm being summoned in to try and deal with this Troll and Wolf Den. Level 3. It's got a beautiful tower and everything. It has been snowbound now. That does mean he has used his snowbind. Oh, here's the... I was expecting a foe wind to follow that up. Or arrow volley, rather. Seems he didn't have one. There you go. Bauer's been defeated. And Djakadam is victorious. Not a bad match. It was definitely looking very bad for Mordor early game, mid-game. He turned it quite around with the help of a Mimic. And ended in his favor. Nice. Well, the Fell Beast actually turned it around a bit, I'd say, actually. But the Mimic was the icing on the cake. Oh, yeah. Nice.